Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Second and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Patrick Owasor leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Third and 15.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. They'll look to throw here. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Watson finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
25, check 25, check 25. Check 50, check 50. Safe.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11.
Watch tight end. 3 down, 3 down.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is the tight end, the Jwhoppe. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check. Crunch. Check.
They'll set up a throw. Flushed out right. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. Pick the edge. Come. Switch. Give me 4. Out. And 25. He's checking Craig.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch the out. Alert. Hey.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's 4th down.
We're scoreless after 1.
With no score.
The Texans send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Rodgers on the return. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A big pickup of 38.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, where they call place.
And this is going to be intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, here's Watson. Steps away to his left. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Johnson. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Check 31, check 31. Shoot, watch the shoot. That's 55. Switch. Check.
On 2nd and 7, Watson. Buying time to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. Exit. 59. Check 49. Shoot. Kill. Turn up. 59. Check 52. Mike's 47. Mike, time to go.
Now it's Watson. Escaping the pressure. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Josh Allen in there to bring him down. And that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Now Watson. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. yards there and a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. They'll roll him out right. They'll try and run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 5. Rolling to his left. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 30 yards. They come out here in the eye. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Here's a run with Balaj. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Kalen Balaj in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over. Both
teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson. And the pressure gets to him again. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long. It's Watson. Flush to his right. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 37.
And that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. Here's Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Throwing on 3rd and long. Watson going deep for Hopkins. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48.
Fresno. Back. Go ahead, baby. Go. 49.
They'll run with Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Motion, buck. Hey, check Michael Allen. I got you, pop. Bang. Watch out.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Balaj. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Texans here on 3rd down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. They'll set up to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with him.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Watson down to throw. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back now in Houston. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Watson looks to throw again. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Josh Allen in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans.
Here we go. Hey, 31.
To throw is Watson. Throwing on 3rd and long. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Set, punch. Watch twist. Watch twist. Check 4.
On the toss, here's Balaj. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
He is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Let's go deep. Let's go.
On second down now, it's Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And down to the 29-yard line. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Six guys. Check one. Alert. Check 26. Check 20. Hey, 31.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And an alley to run. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Let's make these babies cry. Let's make these babies cry. No. Sponge. No. Jack. He's checking. Crash.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. On 2nd and 12, Watson steps away. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now it's Watson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that's where the return stops.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
The drive will commence with a run by Balaj. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
I'm coming after you.
They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again.
I got you, boy.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Back to throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Josh Allen in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Watson now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Stills the intended target. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Balaj. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll run here with Balaj. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Check 3, check 3. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check 3, check 3. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Switch out. Hey, alert 3.
They run it with Balaj. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over... We'll step aside.
He's coming. We got double up.
And to give this time to the tailback. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll buy some time right. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
So we had action to the very end of this one, the score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams, that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Jaguars, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.